At President Bush's press conference in Canada last month, Fox News asked him this question, quote, "Can you say that the Security and Prosperity Partnership is not a prelude to a North American Union similar to a European Union?" George Bush did not deny that goal. He just ridiculed the question. Will you assure us that you will abolish all plans to promote the economic integration of North America, which consists of open borders among the United States, Canada, and Mexico?
Tancredo.
Recently, Felipe Calderón, the president of Mexico, stated in his State of the Nation address that Mexico does not end at its borders. He said that where there is a Mexican, there is now Mexico. He is not the first president of Mexico to have said something like that. Before him, President Fox said something very similar, and before him, Mr. Zedillo. This is to hear something like this, to hear a president of another country suggest that the borders between you do not exist, and to not have our president turn to them and say, "Are you nuts?" There is something called a border, and it must be defended. We are not simply just residents of the North American continent. That is exactly where this thing is going, this sort of an economic union. Well, everybody believes trade's such a good thing, and I certainly think trade can be good. But why do you have to go ahead and diminish your national sovereignty in the hopes of influencing trade? Never will it happen on my administration.
My name is Paul Weyrich. I'm chairman and CEO of the Free Congress Foundation. My question is for all the candidates. What do you intend to do to counteract the homosexual agenda?
Senator Tancredo.
I believe that we have all explained what it is that a president can do under these circumstances, what they can do about this particular issue. And again, it's constrained, and it is constrained by the Constitution, and appropriately so. I certainly agree with that. There aren't, I mean, you cannot, an individual, the President of the United States, simply can't make a rule, sign an executive order changing the morality of the country. It can't happen that way. You do so by leadership, as I said before. Also, I agree with John on this issue in particular in terms of schooling. You know, when you look at the agenda that we're talking about here, where does it manifest itself? It is in the curriculum in the schools throughout this country. There is a very strong movement to influence the curriculum in the schools to obtain some sort of moral neutrality on all issues, including homosexuality. Well, how can you stop that? I'll tell you how. I believe completely in the idea of school choice. I actually introduced a voucher system when I was in Colorado in 1992. It is up to the parent, it is up to them to control that school environment. That's where it begins.